Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Daria Reactions. I am Fred. If you are new to the channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. Um, Number of behind the scenes things to talk about this morning before we get into the episode. The biggest thing is I was forced to get a new computer earlier this month here in February. This is being recorded on February 22nd. We got the new computer around the 10th or 11th of February. So it's been so in terms of real time, it's been about week and a half uh ish since we've kind of gotten everything set up. And this is actually the first attempt at doing a full recording um since having to switch rigs. Um Now I so I've kind of had to reset everything up and I've had a number of technical issues. This new computer, for whatever reason, does not like multiple USB audio outputs choices. it's it simply does not. It's very weird and temperamental that way. Like I says, every computer is unique. So I kind of had like a make a choice if I wanted to continue using just a single earbud connected to my microphone to get audio and do the audio monitoring that way, or just simplify, just have a separate headset plugged in and go that route. So that's where this cable comes from here. And if you're wondering why I don't just use something wireless, I'm not a fan of wireless earbuds or even wireless controllers for that for that matter. I was like, I like being able. I like things being connected in that we go in that regard. Uh, the other issue is, and again, this is behind the scenes. I don't use typical video recording software. I've never have. Um, uh, I always had like different workarounds and things of that nature. Um, and so again, fully behind the scenes, I use OBS, Open Broadcast Software. Obviously, I'm a streamer, so I can kind of know how to configure it and everything for my needs and what I need it for. I was redundant, but I was not able to find the plugins and things that I used to have on the previous computer. Either, um, and it and that teaches me, okay, to back even more things up. Because like, hey, the internet is a wonderful place, folks. And if you find something that's very useful, uh, make sure you have a backup copy of it on an external hard drive. So this way you can um, make use of it if you have to switch computers, especially on short notice. Yeah, back up all my other files and things. Not back up like anything I downloaded specifically for OBS. I could not find specific plugins for it. Now it didn't seem like I was using many, obviously, in the past, but there were a few that I was making use of, and they are gone. They are kaputski. So we are kind of working on the fly here. But on a positive note, it does give me an excuse to use a different thing here. Still going to do the heavy blurs and stuff, but now we'll just have the 16. Hopefully, we can get away with that. 16 by 9 box of it. And for those who don't know, we are using still using the Daria Complete Series DVD box set. So you can tell what disc we're on if you have your own copy of it. And this week's episode that we are doing is Fat Like Me. considering I'm very, very fat. Perfect. What do I remember about the episode in question here? Um, I think this was it's if memory serves me right. It's a Fashion Club focus episode. I think this is the one where Sandy screws up her ankle and she's kind of bedridden and she ends up gaining like a pound or two. Um, but and then she has a complete freak out, and it just further drives into her jealousy of Quinn. Speaking of Quinn, the uh the DVD menu for here. Obviously Quinn is the central focus, holding a dress that she clearly got from Cashman's. Behind where it says episodes on the left hand side of the screen of it is actually Trent. That's kind of like a weird connection. I can't tell who's on the right hand side, like the behind Quinn. I honestly can't tell. Um, it's someone in a t-shirt. I can see. Also here, yeah, the it kind of shows here. This is a net line here. Clearly, it's a dude. It's like, okay, who has a head a size like that in the eyes? Clearly, it's someone who's kind of older. Just on the eye line. I want to say it's not Jake. I know that much, but I can't tell exactly who it is, and it's not Mr. O'Neill. Mr. O'Neill has a rounder shape head. Um. Anyway, as per usual, you won't be hearing any audio on it because I typically run my mouse over the episode. Anything I notice, commentary, things of that sort. And I will be turning the blurs on and off as we go. Let's put these on here. I'm going to need to find another way of doing that. La 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 la. No one with stubby fingertips? Weight guidelines? Okay. Nobody's listening to Quinn. Okay, go to the room, Quinn. Yeah, they want to hear about Stacy, not Sandy. Has them whipped. Stacy went quick to pick up the notes, and Tiffany put her makeup away. Wait, a few weeks since the leg injury. Brittany actually was right on the great. Also, Dana and Jane are betting on everything this episode. It's Yes. List. Does she want a list? I mean, there, there's at least 4 seasons worth of content that go. Damn, Stacy actually calling Sandy fat is actually thinly challenged. I think I'm going to use that from going forward. I'm not fat. I'm thinly challenged. For Stacy being left on hold. Oh, Sandy's actually resigning on her own. I thought she would get kicked out. Yes, she could. When did it refuse the presidency? Wait, what? How? When did it resign? The future? Wow. Okay. Adolf being connected by a hot as a hot. Tiffany doesn't give. Uh, Wait, Tiffany has a picture of herself on the wall. Well, what? Which fashion topic? They can't do anything on their own. Stacy, Stacy's, Stacy's willing to go behind Sandy's back. Jane's trying to sabotage it to avoid paying Daria because they placed a bet on. Okay, so that's where they placed a bet on the fashion club being broken up, and so that's how Daria and Jane's little subplot falls along. And also, Kevin's about to get his ass kicked by Brittany again. Yeah, Stacy can't handle this Tiffany on her own. Daria has the right idea, digging into a big box of ice cream. Damn, I now want ice cream. Unfortunately, it is 8:06 a.m. in the morning at the time I'm recording this. Also, the calendar on the wall And the Morgendorfers kitchen said May 12th. I think it was May 12th in the last episode. Daria just put is helping the fashion club get back together. Very, very weird when you think about it. Well, not to Quinn won't laugh at Sandy to her face. But kudos on Sandy for trying. Meanwhile, at the health spa, Gwen's a bit of a drill instructor. And wait, will Sandy get back at Quinn for this? You called her a cow, so there's that. And Jane had to give back that money back to Daria. Weight requirement issue? Okay, Sandy learned her lesson. Roundabout logic there. Yes, it is. Oh, wow. Where did Jake get a rare burger? A triple patty burger? There's something most awesome and very, very wrong about that. Um, very. How can we put this? As a focus on the fashion club, it definitely showed the dynamics as like if it wasn't for Sandy and excuse me, yeah, Sandy and Quinn, Stacy would probably want to, well, we kind of well, I saw and heard all the things that Stacy said to Tiffany to her face, straight up into mocking her directly, which was pretty out there. To actually see because Stacy has like two moods: really, really try hard, peppy, and and terrified beyond belief in terms of saying the wrong thing. So to actually see her get angry is pretty cool. and at least it rounds out her personality a little bit more. Tiffany's kind of like stuck in that slow talking, way too much of an airhead uh vibe to do much of anything. Daria and Jane really had nothing going on other than like placing bets on different things, number of candies that were in boxes, what Kevin was up to, which the pepperoni, as well as their vested interest in the fashion club either staying together, which Daria wagered on, or them breaking up, which is what Jane was hoping would happen. So it's and in their own ways, they contributed to the plot because Jane tried to use Brittany within earshot of Quinn to kind of uh, get her to back out of taking over of the fashion club outright. Which, while at the same time, or later on, Daria talks to Quinn into actually being a good friend to Sandy and helping her get over her depression and helping her lose weight. The big takeaway, though, is Sandy actually learning a lesson because there's only a few instances where this is like the only true instance of Sandy actually growing as a character. It's an episode that is about her. So okay, she breaks her leg. She's bedridden. She is gaining weight. She tries to go out in public, and her self confidence is in the toilet. She quits, and this would be probably the only time I would say it. But kudos to Sandy. At least her character, her ego, is like okay. The fashion club has standards. Sandy will hold herself to those standards. Like she was the one pushing. Okay, be like the cut back on allowable weight by 3 pounds. She gained a considerable amount of weight, and she removed herself from the fashion club. To so we kind of have to give her credit there that she holds herself to that she actually holds herself to a high standard. Um, and more or less kind of like talked Quinn into basically not taking her spot, even though Quinn it would have been quite clear that Quinn would have far exceeded her in every which way possible, especially with the speech he gave to uh Stacy and Tiffany about this, like what they would do, how they would carry on the fashion club without her and Sandy being there. The bit with Quinn uh being a coach, and we actually see uh that Stacy was was doing laps, and that she was actually doing times that her lap times were improving almost like day to day basis there, which kind of makes me wonder is how much of an athlete Sandy is. Like we don't like we see Tiffany and is Tiffany and Sandy the ones in the opening doing in the volleyball? Tiffany and Stacy the ones in the volleyball portion of the intro. Like I never really paid attention to that degree, but you don't really picture any of the fashion club members being athletic to any degree. So like I said, that we what we learned here is that Sandy is at least a pretty damn good swimmer, and that she will, in that under Quinn's coaching, that she was actually making improvements in terms of her times. Um, with I guess however long it takes to do laps in like in a type of pool. Um, other than that, that's basically everything about this episode that stands out to me, especially after watching it and doing the commentary. So with that said, we will wrap this up here. Tighten your friendship bracelet, stay safe. Like, comment, subscribe if you so incline. You can be sure to join me over on my Twitch channel every night for shenanigans and things. Um, this week I'm still on Persona. I'm still playing Persona 5 Royale and Mass Effect 2 are my two big major adventurous games, and we do Phasmophobia and Overwatch on the Twitch channel as well, as you may know with the streams when they get ported here a week later. So with that said, we'll catch you on the flip side and in the next video. Bye.